Let me share that screen. This is from Algebra 2, so please don't worry about that. Let's see, I need to open up the chat. All right. So let's begin. Anybody? Please direct all the questions in the chat. Let's open up a geometry review part 1. Okay, here it is. Okay. Now, we've done a lot of things, right? This is 2.1. We've talked about linear pair. Remember, linear pair means that straight line is 180 degrees. Okay. When you see a line, it's a little bit weird to be talking about angle measurement because it's a line, right? But line actually isn't an angle measurement, and it is 180 degrees. Okay, so if you split 180 degrees into, let's say, two different angles, angle A and angle B, then of course the equation will be that A plus B equals 180. And that's linear pair. Okay. Second, we've talked about vertical angles. Vertical angles, two lines intersecting. And then one side, let's say A, well, let's say this angle is 35 degrees. That makes it the opposite side to be equal. Okay, that's vertical angles. Okay, and same thing, if this side is 140 degrees, then the other side, the opposite side, is also going to be 140 degrees. This is called vertical angles. We've talked about complementary angles, which is 90 degrees, and supplementary angles are 180 degrees. Basically, linear pair and supplementary angles are about the same thing, okay? And then yesterday, this is where it got a little bit, I don't know if you found it a little bit tricky, but we've talked about 4 additional concepts. One is called, if you don't have this, please maybe snap a picture, take a picture of this, and then have this in your notes, and definitely you need to watch the video, okay? First, we have the pair of parallel lines, okay? And then we introduce another line that will cut through, and that's called transversal. Transversal. It's just a fancy name for the line that cuts through parallel lines. Transversal will create a bunch of angles, right? Angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, all of those. And then right here too, it creates all kinds of angles. And then that's what we were talking about, okay? Corresponding angles are the angles that have pair of angles where one is outside, the other one is inside of a parallel lines. And then one is outside, the other one is just far off, not adjacent, but right here, okay? These are called corresponding angles, and they are equal to each other. If A is, let's say, 45 degrees, B better be 45 degrees because they are corresponding angles. Okay, and then we've had alternate interior angles. Well, I should not have alternate means left and right or right and left, okay? And then interior angle means they are inside. Interior means within, inside the parallel line in this case. So here it is. A and B are inside of a parallel line, and then one is on the left side, one is on the right side. So these are called alternate interior angles, and they are again equal to each other. If everybody, if A is, let's say 130 degrees, what is a B going to be? B is going to be 130 again. Okay, they are equal. Okay, so that is alternate interior angles. We talked about same side interior angles. It's on the same side, not alternate, left and right, but they're on the same side of a transversal, and then interior, inside of a parallel lines. So it's like this one right here, okay, or this one right here. They're on the same side of a transversal, and they're inside. But they are not equal this case, but they are supplementary. They add up to be 180 degrees. Okay. And then the last but not least is called alternate exterior angle. Again, alternate means one is on the left side, one is on the right side of a transversal. And then this is exterior. What does that mean? Exterior means outside of parallel lines. So like right here, you've got A outside of a parallel line. B is also outside of a parallel lines. One is on the left side, one is on the right side. So that's alternate exterior angles, and they are again equal to each other. Only one that will add up to be 180 is same side interior angles in all these four concepts that we've talked about yesterday. Okay, that's just a quick overview of what we've done. So let's just do the review. Now, this is not an assignment, okay? So you do not need to turn this in. There is no place to for you to turn in Canvas. However, I would like you to participate and then do this in your notes, and then I will talk about the quiz, okay? But let's do the review first, and it shouldn't take very long. There are only 5 questions, okay? So that's it, and then we'll take a quiz. Now, what I want you to do is definitely we are going to solve for x, okay? However, first thing that I want you to do is to name the relationship, okay? What do you call this? This angle and this angle. What is the name of that? Actually, yeah, what do you guys think? Can you? So there are 6 things. Okay. Well, actually, maybe more. We've got linear pair. We've got supplementary, complementary. Again, I don't know. Maybe we don't need to list them up. And then we've got corresponding. Okay, I'm not going to list them up, right? We just talked about that. I'm sorry. Which one is it? They are. What do you say? Thank you, Saif, Logan. Anybody else? These are corresponding angles. Because we've got one outside, then one inside. That's a key feature of a corresponding angles. Okay. Now, is it A plus B equals 180? What is the relationship? That's right. Very good, Saif. they are equal to each other, isn't it? So let's set it up. So it is, I'm going to do x plus 25 first. That is going to be equal to 55. Does it make sense? So let's write it down. This is a corresponding. These are corresponding angles. They are A equals B. Remember that. Let's write it down. So we're saying that this is going to be equal to the other angle. Okay. And then, so what is x going to be? Subtract 25 on both sides. So x equals 30. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to name it. I want you to write down the relationship. Is it A equals B? Or is it A plus B equals 180? Which one is it? Or maybe it could be A plus B is 90 degrees if it's complementary. Okay. So it's one of those three. Okay. So let's do number 2. So I want you to write down the name. Then I want you to write down the, what do you call it, relationship. Well, let's just put it name, and then we're going to solve it. What do you call those two angles? I'm talking about this angle and this angle. Now notice that the parallel lines are just a little bit in an angle, right? So if you can just use your imagination to turn it a little bit more sideways, parallel lines, what does it look like? What's the name of that? Is it corresponding again? Could it be something else? Now, if this is a corresponding is always on the same side of a transversal. But this one is on the right side and one is on the left side of this transversal, isn't it? So this cannot be corresponding, okay? Now, if you think it's a linear pair, very good. Some of you guys have the linear pair is, it's a straight line. It's they're on the right next to each other. That's a linear pair, okay? So this cannot be linear pair because they are far apart. But this one is very good, excellent. This is alternate exterior. Because one is on the left side, one is on the right side. They are outside of parallel lines. So that's alternate exterior angles. Okay. And then what's the relationship? And this one again is A equals B. They are equal to each other. Okay. So let's set it up. How would you set it up? They are equal to each other. So you do exactly that. 3x minus 33 is equal to 2x plus 26. Yeah? So why don't you solve that? What do you get for x? Is everybody doing okay? Nice job, Logan. Anybody else? So we've got 3x on the left side of equal sign, 2x on the right side. You can't have a 2x's on both sides of an equal sign. So you got to get rid of one of them. Which one? You first want to get rid of the smaller x's, so I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides of an equal sign. This one is gone. This one becomes 1x, or just x. So let's rewrite it. X minus 33 equals 26. Yeah, and then what the last step is? Add 33. And then you've got x equals, right? Isn't that what you want? You're solving for x. You want to get to the point where it says x equals, right? And x equals 59. Okay, please write it down. Is it ready for number 3? How are you guys doing? Okay, does anybody need more time? Okay, here's number 3. Thanks, Julian. I'm doing good. So again, I want to name the relationship. And then we're going to solve it. Now, in order for this to be, yeah, just send your answer to what do you call this? If it's wrong, I will tell you, okay? And then please, if you're thinking it's, first of all,
Is it same side interior?
yeah, this is going to be same side interior.
Yeah, because it's inside of the.
So we're talking about this angle and this angle.
Yeah.
We're talking about this angle and this angle. And they are on the same side of a transversal, and they are inside of a parallel lines. So they are same side interior. Okay. And what is the relationship for same side interior? What's the rule for same side interior? It's the one of the few that will say that A plus B equals 180. They're not equal to each other. Okay. I mean, do they look the same to you? This angle and this angle? No, one is a really big one. The other one is a skinny one, right? They're not the same angle measurements. Okay. So it cannot be A equals B, but they are A plus B equals 180. Okay. So now let's set it up. Okay. Okay, very good. Logan, some of you already have the answer. How would you set it up? You're going to add them up all together. This plus that is equal to 180. Okay, that's how you set it up. So give me the equation. How would you write it? x plus, I'll just do x plus 40. They are all equal to 180. Okay. Now this time, x and x are on the same side of equal sign, right? They're not far apart between equal sign. They're on the same team. Let's combine them. That's 2x plus 40. When you don't see the number in front of x, that means it's 1x. Remember, okay? X means 1x. But people don't usually write 1 in front of it, okay? Well, that's why. So that's 1 plus 1 is 2. And let's subtract 40. So 2x equals 140. Then what? Divide by 2. Divide by 2. X equals 70. Did you get that? How did it go? Okay. Does anybody need more time for number 3? Yeah, you guys okay? Let's move on to number 4. Yeah, very good, Gabriella. Yeah, keep working at it, okay? I know this can be very confusing, isn't it? Right? You've got so many different names. Okay, number 4. What would you call that first? Again, we gotta name it. Then we're gonna solve it. We've got total of 5, so we've got 2 more to go, and that's it, okay? I think we will end the class a little early, which is okay, you know, today's Friday. And then also, for anybody who would like to meet with me to go over on anything, we can certainly do that, okay? Very good. Gabriella, you've got it. Anybody else? What would you call this first of all? Anybody? Thank you, Janet. Janet. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. This is called vertical angles because you've got 2 lines crossing. One, these are opposite sides, okay? If 2 lines are crossing, but then you're talking about this angle and this angle, then this is a linear pair because that's 180 degrees. You see the difference here? But this one clearly is the opposite angles. So this is vertical angles. And then the relationship is A equals B, okay? Very good. Now let's solve it. So they are equal, okay? You're going to set it equal to each other. So 4x is equal to 3x plus 35. Okay, not 180, okay? They are equal. Now let's solve it. I'll give you 1 minute, okay? Okay, a bottle of water, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, very good. Anybody else? Were you able to solve that? It's actually just a one step, isn't it? Well, yeah, 35, yeah? All you do, so we've got, again, x and x on both sides, so let's get rid of the smaller x. Subtract 3x, subtract 3x. And that, get rid of that. So you just have a 1x, but I'm not gonna write 1, okay? Usually you don't want to write 1 in front of x. You can though, okay, nothing wrong with it. Okay, you can still write 1x, but 1x means just x. And you got x equals 35, and that's it. You're done. Okay. Everybody okay? So here's the last question, guys. We need to name it. And let's solve it. Very good, Logan. Again, I would like you to name it and then set up an equation, solve it. Nice job, Jeanette. Yeah. So here's a hint, Gabriela. See this right here? That 90-degree sign. So that should give you a hint there. If you see a 90-degree, that's called complementary angles. Yeah. So that's what we have right here. You see, here's a 90-degree. So name-wise, this is definitely going to be complementary. In complementary angles, the relationship is A plus B is going to be equal to not 180, but in this case, it's going to be 90 degrees. Okay? Did everybody get that? It's all complementary is equal to 90. This is a 90-degree means, isn't it? Right? That's what that means. A symbol means this little hook. Okay? If you see that, that means a 90-degree. Okay? So let's set it up the equation. So you just add them up. You just add all of them up, and that's going to be equal to 90. So how would you write that? Be 4x plus 5 plus 3x plus 8. They're all together equal to 90. Okay. Now let's keep going. What do we do next? You see that 4x and 3x, they're on the same side of the equal sign. equal sign is right here, right? And they're on the left side. They belong in left side. So let's just combine, okay? 4x plus 3x is 7x. And then 5 plus 8, that's 13. That's equal to 90. You guys with me? Maybe hopefully you've finished it. What's next? You're going to subtract 13. So 7x equals, what is that? 77? And then what do you do to get rid of that 7? Right here. Going to divide by 7, right? So x equals 77 divided by 7. Which will give you 11. Very good, Julian. And for those who've gotten 11, okay, who's got 11? Yeah, were you able to get that on your own? So basically, this is it. This is what we are talking about in terms of all the relationship, vertical angles, supplementary, complementary, corresponding angles, alternate interior, alternate exterior, same side interior, right? There are a lot, isn't it? Right? But you need to identify that, and then you need to set it up the equation. You solve it. Okay. So let's talk about the quiz. Okay. You've got very short quiz, and in that quiz, you're not even going to set up an equation, but your quiz is going to be something like this. And all you're going to be asked to do, there are 5 questions, is name the relationship. That's it. You're not even going to solve equations. Okay. For example, like this one, what would you call this? I think we've done similar before. This is called, yeah, let's just practice this. What do you guys, you don't have to write it down. Just put your pencil down. There are 99 attempts, Leo, okay? So you can just keep trying until you get 100%. Okay, you hear me? Yeah? So, but let's just practice, okay? Just you don't need any pencil. You don't need to write it down. What would you call this one? Just type it in. This is called alternate interior. Very good. Thank you, guys.
Interior.
Yeah, this is left side, right side. So that's alternate. They're inside, interior. Okay. How about this one? Let's just keep doing this. Now I'm going to throw you some trick ones here. What would you call that? What do you guys think? Anybody, any taker on this one?
Same side.
Now, if you say same side, it's the same side of a transversal. So it needs to be like here, well, like this one and this one. This is actually linear pair.
Linear pair.
Right? You've got the line, and then you've got this angle and this angle. So that's a linear pair, actually.
Linear pair.
Yeah. Okay. if I have, again, sometimes this parallel line throws you off. What would you call that?
Alternate exterior.
Well, yeah, it's an alternate for sure, right? Because one is the left side and one is the right side. So you've got a good point, Leo. However, alternate exterior has to be like that. It has to be far apart. One is on the bottom, one is on the way up there. Okay. But this one is, just focus on right here. What does that look like? Isn't this vertical?
Vertical.
It's a vertical angle.
Vertical angle.
Yeah,
Vertical.
it's just opposite angles, right? So
Yeah.
this one is a vertical. Okay.
Vertical.
So I guess one tip is this. Okay. If the angles are like right next to each other, like this one, that's a vertical.
Vertical.
And then if the angles are, again, right next to each other, that's a linear pair.
Linear pair.
You notice that vertical angles and linear pair, they are like right next to each other, isn't it? They're on the opposite side and they're just right there together. Okay. But if you want to call, let's say, corresponding angles, this one, now what would you call that? That's corresponding angles. They are not right next to each other. It cannot be vertical. It cannot be linear pair. But this one is corresponding.
Corresponding.
Very good, Leo. Okay. Yeah, I know some of you are ready to do that. This one, it will probably be pretty straightforward. So yes, definitely you can take the test right now. I'm just gonna stop right here. If you do need a little more help on this, I would certainly appreciate you guys maybe sticking around for maybe 5-10 more minutes, and then we can go over. Or if you want to just go over for just 1 minute or a few minutes, or however long you want me to help you, please stay or stick around, and let's go over a little bit more. Otherwise, please go to modules. The quiz is already up and running. Go to Unit 2 on the very bottom. There is a quiz unit available. So you guys, please take that right now today, okay? And so that's the last task that I have for you guys. And with that, Monday is going to be more of a help session Monday. So no classroom instructions, but if you need help, please come in, okay? Otherwise, I will see you guys probably on Tuesday, okay? So have a great weekend, guys. Good luck with the quiz. Again, just keep trying, and I will see you guys on maybe Monday or Tuesday. Take care, guys.